Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Friday edition of Have You Heard? I'm Richard, and of course, it's Friday, so it's Yes Day. And as you might have guessed if you've watched some of the previous Yes Day episodes, we've now come up to Relayer. And we've already done Sound Chaser, so it just leaves Gates of Delirium or To Be Over. And I chose To Be Over today. I want to try and keep the epics maybe for a little bit later on when we have a larger listening base, I think. Um, so please excuse me if you're a Gates of Delirium fan, but I'm sure you're a To Be Over fan as well. I just love this song. Um, I mean, the whole album. And let's just have a look at the whole album here. Here we have, I always get it wrong. There we go. The beautiful album cover, one of Roger Dean's greatest works, I think. Um, and we're going to be listening to the 2003 remaster today, which is this one. Um, I was listening the other day, I was listening to Relayer, and it dawned on me, not for the first time, that if you if any band, particularly prog band, needs a master class in how to pace an album, they need to visit this one. It is such a wonderful piece of music, both sides or all the way through on the CD, that you have to listen to in one sitting, which of course is what we used to do back in the day. From the war and peace and hopeful optimism of Soon at the end of Gates of Delirium, through to the jazz rock chaos, if you like, of Sound Chaser, you get to Be Over, which quite probably has the most beautiful melody that Yes ever wrote. Um, what a beautiful way to calm everything down and sort of glide into the future. That's what I think it is. You're sort of gliding into the future. You've got over all the chaos, and now you're just moving on to a better place. And we're going to be doing that. We're going to be spending 9 minutes listening to Be Over. Um, I think a masterclass in restraint from a band that sometimes could be criticized for being too busy. This isn't too busy. This is simply gorgeous. And I think Patrick Moraz has a fair bit to do with this particular song. Um, and it is a little different to anything else they ever did. So let's listen to it now. To Be Over by Yes from Relayer, which was released on the 29th of November 1974, 51 years ago. Okay, sit back and enjoy, everyone. Don't you love Chris's bass here? Absolutely beautiful. Just checking I've switched everything off, and I think I have. Thank goodness. Um, I always feel quite emotional after I've heard that track. Well, during the track, and by the end, I'm feeling a little bit weak at the knees because I think it's just so beautiful. And when those sweeping keyboard chords, synth, mellotron, I'm not quite sure what they are. I'm sure someone can tell me. But when they come in, and then you've got the whole counter. I think it's is it counterpoint? I know Patrick Moraz was highly educated in counterpoint, where you've got two melodies playing off against each other, um, and that really is the entire song, isn't it? You've got the beautiful keyboard melodies, and then you've got Steve playing pedal steel and that electric sitar kind of guitar um, over the top, and then they switch roles. That beautiful organ solo by Patrick. Um, I mentioned Chris's such subtle but really interesting bass in the early part of the song. That first melody. Um, it's the three of them just playing so beautifully together. Uh, John's voice is John's voice, of course, and it just lifts everything up to the next level. Alan doesn't have to do too much, although I'm sure I've had a few drummers in the comments saying, "Oh, come along." There's more to it than just what you think there is, and of course there is. Um, but with John's voice, can anyone tell me what they sing or he sings right at the end there? It's not credited on any of the lyric sheets. I have a very informative Yes book here that tends to think that he's just singing kind of gibberish, just nice sounding words, which of course is John's way. Um, but it's almost like speaking in tongues. So I don't know if anybody knows any more info about that. I'd really appreciate it if you could let us know. Share with the community. Um, because we are growing a Yes community on the channel now. This must be our, gosh, 10th, must be close to our 10th Yes video now, and they've all been very popular, um, comparatively speaking, for our small channel. Um, but our small channel is growing every day. And thank you to everybody who has subscribed. And if you would like the video, if you've enjoyed it, please like the video. And comments, please. Your comments are the highlights of my day. I read them all. I respond to as many as possible. So there we are. Today has been a Yes Day, a Yes Friday, and we've been on a To Be Over musical journey, and it's been absolutely beautiful. Next Friday will be another Yes Day. The next album after this is Going for the One. What shall we play from Going for the One? Oh, there's a choice. Let's wait and see. Perhaps there can be some suggestions. I don't know. We shall choose. I'll make an executive decision at the end of the day anyway, if nobody bothers to put comments in. But I'm sure there'll be a couple. Thank you very much for listening to me rabbit on about my favourite band and one of my favourite of their tracks. So until the next video, which will be tomorrow, I'd just like to say cheers, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.